Hello, my name is Bianca from Lucky Crafting Art, and I'm very happy that you're here again. Today we have a little grungy back to the roots junk journal. Back to the roots because I only used old documents, for example invoices and old book pages. I found all of this on the attic, so yeah, it's really back to the roots, to the beginning of junk journals, when we all just used stuff we had at home or we already had at home. And so yeah, it's really grungy, really old, and really small. You can see it here. It's just as big as my hand, even a little smaller than that. So it's a sweet mini junky grungy journal. And I also used the things or the materials we crafted in my last two videos. So the paper beads and the masterboard, so that you can see how I use the materials I create and how you can use the materials you create when you recraft the things I crafted in my videos. So the cover is an old postcard, and I just cut that in half and then I stapled it onto this, what's it called? Jute. Should be called jute. I just looked it up. In German it's Jute, so it's kind of the same. You spell it the same, let's put it that way. And this is just the back of the postcard, and yeah, you can see it right here. I just stapled it on. So that's really grungy as well. And that's basically just it. As a dangle, we have the beads from the tutorial. I already said that. And I love the golden sprinkles in here. So yeah, not a lot going on, but I like how it looks. And there is a lot going on in the journal. So it's kind of fine when the cover is basic. So as I said, I used a lot of materials we crafted in the last videos. For example, this right here from the bead tutorial. And then we have this little turnaround so that you have something to play with. And I have, to put it back in. And then we also have things from the tape tutorial video. And this is a flower that I made with watercolors. And I don't know where I saw the tutorial for that. I think it was Pinterest. So what you do is you just take your watercolors and then you use a lot of water. And then you just paint onto a white paper or coffee dye paper, whatever you want to use. I use white paper because then the colors are a bit brighter. And then you use another color, for example, blue and purple, like we can see here. And then because it is watercolor, it just, how can I say it? It just floats together. It mixes. And then you get these beautiful results. And you can paint it in a kind of an abstract flower form. And then you just cut it out, and then you have your flower or blossom. And I also used the method for the leaves, and I just glued that down and painted this right here with the marker. So I just used the watercolor for the blossom or the flower and the leaves. And that's how you can create these beautiful art watercolor flowers. And then you can see sewing right here. I did that all by hand because I didn't have my sewing machine at that time. And then, as I told you, it says Quittung right here. It's kind of invoice in English. So a lot of old documents. And then I use them to make little journaling cards or tags or whatever you can think of. And I also stamped a bit. And I have to say, these are quite new. So these are not old, but I thought they just matched the vibe of the journal pretty well. So I just use them to decorate it or bring a bit of a glitter touch to it. This is a pocket as well. And here we have a flip. This is also a bead from the bead tutorial. So it brings a bit of color, the two greens, onto the page. Then here we have a mini tag made with the masterboard. And this is also a piece of the masterboard. I just had that left and I just put it in here as well. Then here we have a pocket. And I don't know what this is. I think it was like that already. I didn't cut it, so I have no idea what that could be. But we can see it's from 1985, so it's quite old. And this is from a envelope, and I just tucked that in here as an extra pocket. Then more masterboard, as you can see. And this is a map from the book I used for signatures. You can see it here in the back. And I don't know, I kind of like it. I like old maps, I have to say. I like old maps. I don't know what it is, but I think they're pretty cool. And they're so vintage. And here as well, this is from an old receipt. And I just folded the edge, so we have the blue writing on top right here, and that matches the blue writing from here. So we have the colors just match. So you have the blue color here and a blue color there, so it just brings the whole book and the whole pages together. Then because of that, we have this blue thingy here that is from sewing needles. You can store your sewing needles in here if my focus wants to focus. Yeah, but you can see it from here. There were the sewing needles tucked inside. And then this is from the plant encyclopedia. I already showed you that for hundreds of times, because I like it so much. And you see I fuzzy cut it out and just glued it on here. And that is another tag I created with the masterboard and the paper beads. So that's really grungy. I just put everything on. You can see that as lace right here and linen right there. And then one of these beautiful butterflies again. Then another tape from the tape video. And this is from a punch plier. And that didn't stick to the page. So I ripped it off and just thought I make a little dangle out of it. And this is a pocket, another pocket as well, if I can open it. Yeah, you can see it, right? yeah, now. So you can put something in there if you like. Then this is also from the tape video, the picture transfer, and I thought it just matches. I don't know, there's no blue on any of these pages, but I thought, I don't know, with the orange and the green, I think blue, orange and green or red, it looks good, right? And then here we have more paper beads and another one of these beautiful watercolor flowers. Then this is a big pocket as well. And then here we have an old playing card. I just glued that onto an old plant encyclopedia page. I like the word encyclopedia. And then this is just another pocket. You can write something on here if you like. And then here I used the punch pliers again. And this was the thingy I showed you back here that didn't hold and that ripped out. So I just glued a little bead inside of it. So this is the bead from the dangle right here. And I thought it looked pretty cool. And it's just another feeling. you can also play with it. And I don't know, it's kind of grungy. I don't even know what or why I did that, but I wanted to do it, so I did it. And this is what the result became. And then here we have another one of these beautiful flowers. And then this is a pocket as well with something glued to it. And then here we have these little keys. I love them. They're so sweet as well. Look at how tiny they are. And you can see it's not finished yet. So we have a lot of writing space left. And I think I'll use it to keep my favorite affirmations. And if I finish that journal, and when I put my most favorite affirmations in here, then maybe I'll present it to you again. So this is an envelope, and that just fits perfectly inside of here. So I just had to keep it in there. And it's just, it's half an envelope. I just cut that in half. And here we have the blue again, that matches with the blue from here. So you can see it's kind of colorful for a vintage book, but the colors are not that bright, so they have a vintage touch to them as well. And I thought I'll just pick that up because it kind of adds a little interest to your journal, these different colors. And you can see the orange here and the orange there, so the pages just match together. It's beautiful all-around picture. Then another belly band from the masterboard. And another flap right here with this beautiful little insect. Look at the little golden dots. I like it. It's something special because the rest, yeah, it's really vintage. And then you have these little golden dots all over the journal. I thought that adds a little interest. And then another flap out of these paper scraps. And 2 of these watercolor flowers. And then here we have another pocket from the masterboard and more gold. And yeah, I mean, I already said it just adds something special to the journal. Then I made these tickets myself. So I just used some leftover pieces and punched some holes in it with the needle and then just stamped on it. And it got this, it got this ticket character. And I like that. There was a time I really loved tickets and I didn't have any, so I made them myself. And then here we have another journaling card. I just glued everything I had left on there, so that's why it's a bit chaotic, but I kind of like the look it has now. And the purple from here matches with the purple from here again. So I focused on that the colors I added match together. Yeah, and that's basically just it. It's a small journal. I already showed you that. It's just my hand. So for the size it has, there is a lot to see, I think. And as I said, it's still not finished. And when it is, I maybe will present it to you again, and you can see how it turned out and how I work with my journals and what kind of sayings I want to keep, so that I can always read them when I flip through this journal. And it's kind of fun to flip through it because it has all of these different textures, because the pages are so old as well. But yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you liked it. And now take care of yourself, maybe craft something for yourself, and be happy. Bye bye.